You know what I mean? I grew up in a family where Zionism was a part of it. We were always concerned. I had two uncles, my mother's brothers, who were friends of Ben Gurion. And it wasn't the case of this is some foreigner or some strange person from outside. No, we knew him. My uncles referred him to David. You know, was a David gesagt? You know, I mean, that was the way it was. I grew up with this. It was not. I didn't have any thought about not joining Habonim when I was old enough.
Can you describe to me what does it mean to be in a youth movement, a Zionist youth movement in those days? What kind of activities you did?
We did ordinary, normal things. We had parties. We went on hikes. We did all. We played various games, balls and other things, and so on. We did what normal kids do to keep themselves busy when they're not at school or working, and that was it.
So tell me about the day that you meet Claire. When
Oh,
is that happening?
that happened. That happened at a party. It was a Sweet 16 party for a girl that was the girlfriend of a friend of mine. We were, you know, we were a whole group of, well, this was in 1947 when the youth movements all were actively involved in working towards statehood. The UN resolution was going to be debated in November. This was a little before that, but we felt certain that the UN would come through, and that they would authorize statehood and so on. So we were at the top of our game, that was it. And we were all involved in doing things to help because we knew there was going to be a war, and I desperately wanted to go to war. I wanted to go to fight for my people. But they wouldn't let me because I was too young. So we were fighting to get those last dollars into our own rather than to the other. And in addition, we were, for example, we were outfitting ships for Aliyah Bet.
I heard that Af Al Pi Chen is something that you were involved with.
Oh, yes. And down in Brooklyn at the waterfront, just not far from Coney Island, basically. And they would take us out to the ship. Be about anywhere between 5 and 10 of us, and we would do the necessary adjustments. No, at night, in the middle of the night, basically. And when we would get on board the ship, and they would be bringing aboard, or they already had on board, either these steel bunk beds that had to be erected, or wood for us to build wooden bed frames, depending upon the ship. Now, for example, the Af Al Pi Chen in real life had wooden bed frames. In the museum, they replaced them with the steel bunks. I guess because that more of the ships had that, they wanted to give the impression of the majority, you know. But that was it.
So you would work
I
all
w-
night in order to build those banks for the refugees.
Right.